Hi, this is Chris from Clever Unicorn Games and the Unicorn Collective, back with another episode of Designer Playtesting. Today we have Rocket Express. With me is
Ian from the Games People.
Chris from Entro Games.
And I'm Bryon Duncan, creator of Rocket Express.
So Bryon, tell us a little bit about this game.
So in Rocket Express, it is a pick up and deliver game, action point based. You're going to be moving from one location to another, picking up goods, and then moving and delivering those to another location for cash and prizes. As part of that delivery, you can also complete a contract, which will gain you victory points. And the game is victory point based, so you'll be wanting to collect victory points to win. Those contract cards at the bottom down there, you'll be able to select those cards. They're going to determine what you need to deliver where. The colored square is the type of cube you're going to need to deliver. The goods are blue for water, green for food, yellow for machinery, black for ore, and red for fuel. Each location has two sides on it. It's got a solid square, which is what that location is currently providing, and an open square, which is what that location currently wants. You can move back and forth, deliver goods, make money, everything's great. As part of a delivery action, if you also complete a contract, that location will flip. What it produces and what it wants will change, and the person who completed the contract and flipped it will be able to also change the orientation rotating that location. The reason why rotating the location is important is because as you move around your rocket, movement is a single action. And if you look at your rocket card, the number of engines on your rocket determines how far you can move on one move action. If you look at the locations, to move from one location, moving from A to B is 2 stars. You add the number of stars between the two tiles. If you have 2 engines and you are on A, you can move to B for one move action. We talked about pickup. We talked about deliver. I think those are fairly self-explanatory. We'll see those as we move through. Jettison goods just means that if you have goods cubes on your rocket at any point in time, if those are no longer deliverable because no one wants them, or if maybe they're not economically viable to haul across the map, you can dump those into space. We talked about movement, taking a contract. As a single action, you can take one of the face-up contract cards at the bottom. Those contract cards will graphically match the locations. You can take one of those cards and place it into your hand to be completed as part of a delivery action on a future action or turn. There are 3 in that market. It will refill as we draw cards from it. At the other end of the screen is the upgrade market. Those are upgrades that you can purchase with your previously mentioned cash and prizes to upgrade your rocket. These are going to attach to your rocket. Typically, cargo pods go on the side and engines go at the aft. However, some cards will be a combination of those elements and can attach in different ways. So with the upgrade cards, you will notice that there are white cube icons, and there is also a red cube icon. The red cube icon is required to store red cubes. The red cube icon can hold any color of cube, but the white icons cannot hold red. So the number of cubes that are on your card, you will take the goods cubes and place them on top of those icons to indicate where they're at within the cargo holds on your rocket.
All right.
So you'll upgrade your rocket as you move through the course of the game, increasing how far you can go on a single move action by adding engines, how much cargo you can carry at any one point in time. So the last piece to talk about on that is the market. I talked about what you can currently pick up at a location and what that location currently wants. When you deliver cargo to a location, the payout is 1 times the cube times the number of locations that currently want it. So if you look at the board right now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations that all want yellow. So each cube would be worth 5 money. There are 3 yellow bordered gray tiles on the side of the table there. One of those are victory point cards. One is for the first rocket to attain 4 upgrades. The other 2 are end of game for most money and most completed contracts. So as things move on in the game, you're going to get a bit of money, but then it's a question of who has the most money at the end for that additional point. Speaking of victory points, I talked about completing the contract cards for victory points. The location matches the color and location letter. The number of cubes required at a minimum to deliver to complete that contract is on the left side, and the victory point is at the bottom in the hexagon. You also get an additional victory point by having sets. There is a 1, 2, and 3 for each location. If you have 2 of that location, you get 1 extra point. If you have 3, you get 2 extra points. And we will be playing to 15 victory points. The first player to have 15 victory points signals the end of the game. Every other player will have 1 more turn. All right, so everybody is down to 1 card. Right now, I will look at the upgrade market. There is currently nothing in the upgrade. Oh, I could buy the 1 engine. Everyone starts with 3 credits. I could buy that 1 engine. I think I will do that with my starting credits.
Basically gives you 3 movement rather than 2.
Yep.
Correct.
Well, 3 stars worth of movement.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will start with that.
And is that immediately restocked?
It is. So now we've got, all right. So where you had asked earlier, Chris, you can see that this one is a combination of a red cargo hold and an engine, and it can be placed in any slot.
And it's only $8.
It is.
But dollars are points, aren't they?
Right. My first action was to upgrade my rocket. From there, I am going to move, and I will move from the shipyard to B, which is a total of 2 stars on that move. And for my third action, I am going to pick up 2 ore cubes and place those in my cargo holds.
When it comes to points at the end, is money 1 for 1?
When it comes to points at the end, money is going to be the qualifier for the victory point bonus card.
So they do not count towards victory points?
Correct. Yep. The only thing that counts towards victory points are the victory points on the hexagon on the cards, the bonus point you get for sets of them, and the additional cards. All right, so I have taken my 3 actions.
There is no star between planets. Is it impassable or is it no movement cost?
Case in point, from the central shipyard there to move to L would require a move action.
But it doesn't use my rockets, so I can carry on moving.
Right, so you could move from the shipyard
to D.
Through L to G, and you would need 1 or more. If you move from the shipyard through H to G, you would require 2 rockets or more.
Okay.
Or 2 engines or more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it me next, or is it going the other way? It's me, isn't it?
Yes. It is you, Chris.
Okay.
It is red.
I am going to go to F. Grab 2.
Nope, you can't pick up red. You don't have a red cargo hold.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so a white cargo hold will hold anything.
But red. Everything but red.
Okay.
And red can hold everything, including red.
Correct.
Right. So
yellow
reds
instead,
are just... And are there fewer reds around? Are they just harder to do?
So red, and I may have missed this, red also pays out double when it is delivered because it is more difficult to haul.
Yeah, okay.
So fuel is dangerous.
And you can do the things multiple times. So you can do 2 move actions, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's me.
Right. Okay. Well, you actually took the thing I was going to buy there. I was all looking forward to that engine there. Everything else is too expensive up here, so it's time to make some money.
So speaking of the market, one additional action that I wanted to save until we got into turn 2 in is there's a reset a market. You can spend one of your actions to discard the current 3 face-up cards and lay out 3 more.
Okay, good to know. So there's no point in trying to pick up a red rocket right now, or any red supplies. I will go to L. I can pick up my guy here. So if I go here like this, I pick up a green one.
2 if you want them.
2 if I want them. Good to know. And I will actually do that. This works. Come on. I want to pick this guy here and this guy here. So move was one action. Picking up is the second. And now I'm kind of looking for a place where these things are for sale. And the only one I see is M, which I can't get to right now. Oh wow, that was a boner move. Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
you can move through the space station across H to M, and
Yeah.
the total number of stars is 2.
Okay.
And you
So
have
if
2
I-
engines.
Yeah. Let me just make sure I pick up my rocket there. So that's 1, 2 through the 2 stars there, and I can't sell on. Can I sell on the same turn as when I move on to it?
Oh, because you've now taken 3 actions. You've
That's
moved.
your 3rd action.
Okay, so I can sell at the start of my next turn. Okay.
Right. If
Okay,
you
very good.
you moved, you picked up, and you moved again.
Got it. Okay. Green.
You completely screwed me over, Bryon. I have a contract for M. I was about to do exactly what Chris has done, and he obviously has no need to do it. And now he's going to deliver before I will, which means it'll
So-
flip. So there's no point me picking up any green cubes.
So locations only flip if a contract is delivered.
But isn't
Is
he?
he-
Oh, so he might not be delivering a contract. Ah, okay. He's just.
Selling.
He might just be trying to sell a few green cubes on the cheap. Right.
Correct.
Ah, okay. In which case, I'm going to do exactly the same.
Oh well.
And take. So hang on, I can press Shift and do 1, 2. Is it
Yes.
Shift or Control, or do I just draw a box around them?
Yeah.
can
So you
draw a
hold
box.
Shift down when you make a box.
And then I can take them. How do I take? Or do I have to drag them? There must be a way of
Drag
just.
it.
Yeah, you can just drag it.
Okay.
There you go.
It doesn't like my camera view at the point. And then I'm going to move to where Chris is.
Hey man, great minds think alike. What can I say?
Well, no, I had a reason for doing it. You were just leeching off my contract.
Psychically leeching off of your contract.
Psychic
This isn't
leeching.
Puerto Rico. And I didn't need any help to work out I could get there.
Like-
Hmm.
I thought we were all humans. He's a psychic leech.
All right.
does not
So
seem fair.
back to my turn. I am currently at B with 2 ore loaded, and I will take 1 action to move through A over to F, crossing 2 stars. Actually, it doesn't matter. I have 3 engines. And I will deliver these 2 ore cubes for a total of 1, 2, 3 money each. So I will take 6 money for that.
When you deliver
So
a
it's-
contract, you get the money as well, don't you?
Correct. You always deliver and get money, and then as part of that, you can also complete a contract, which I will also do.
Oh.
So for F, I have now delivered 2 or more of the good it currently wants. It currently wants the ore, so I will flip that location. And now I need to plan out which orientation I would like that to be in.
I fulfill 2 contracts at once.
No.
If you fulfill 1 contract, it flips. And then as a
Right.
second action, you could deliver what it then wants if you have that
Okay,
color.
so because
You
I'm
can't
just
use the
looking
same
at
goods for 2 contracts.
yeah,
basically.
no, because
Yeah.
I've told you I've got an M contract, and obviously there's one down there. I'd have had
Right.
to carry green and yellow goods in order to be able to do that. Okay, that
To do
makes sense.
one on one deliver action and then the second on the second deliver
Yeah,
action.
okay.
Correct. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave that orientation where it's at, and as my third action, I'm going to take this H contract into my hand from the market.
I couldn't have done because I've only got 2 spaces for cubes, of course.
How many
Right.
mission cards can you have at a time?
It is unlimited.
Okay.
However, if you spend all of your actions collecting contract cards, you will significantly fall behind.
My go?
Yeah.
All right. That's the end of my turn.
But if you spent how many in the deck? 23 actions on taking all the contract cards, no one else will be able to do anything.
That would be a greedy leech, I think is how you would say that.
I will also fulfill a contract.
So to prevent hate collecting of contracts, I believe I could add a simple rule of a hand size there, maybe 5 or something. We'll call it
Yeah.
the Ian rule.
Oh, I love it. I love it if I make it into the rule book.
My go. Oh no, ignore that.
I've got a good friend who's a bit of a I tend to be a bit laissez-faire with rules, and he tends to like to play rules by the book. And so I've promised to myself that my first published game will have a tie break, which basically says if your name is Nick, you lose the tie break. Because he'll have to play by it.
I'm done.
Okay. So for my first action,
it's Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take this action card here, or this contract card, and then, if I understand this right, please correct me if I'm wrong. I will complete that contract by delivering 1 green. Collect 1 green, and where does the mission card go after it's completed?
By your board somewhere.
Place the completed card just below your player space.
Okay.
Not where the upgrade goes.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
so I would. Okay, so completing the contract gives you the points.
You get 1 money as well.
Okay, and I was then going to ask, I would flip it now or at the end of the turn. Flip it now.
So you
Once
flip
you've done the contract.
So you deliver your goods. You deliver however many you wanted to deliver. You could have delivered both if you wanted.
I was actually going to ask you if I could do that because I wanted to do that. Yeah, so I'll do that.
Gives you another money.
Yep.
There you go.
I'll take another money there. Great. Okay, and for a final action, please.
Yeah. So the sequence on that is you deliver goods. So you move the cubes back to the pool. You take the money for that. Then if you have a contract you'd like to complete, play the contract. And as soon as you play the contract, the location flips. It must flip. But then you choose rotation. M doesn't matter for rotation. So.
Okay. And for the last action, I'll move here to H through 2 stars.
Okay.
And my turn is done. Okay, Ian, go ahead.
Okay, so no one wants green cubes. What do I do?
You can jettison, I think.
You can use the jettison action and just dump them into space.
Game's broken.
Well, you're in a perfect place to pick up some yellow now. And yellow is somewhat desirable.
I don't think the game's broken. I think your trust of Chris was broken.
I should have actually picked that one up.
Yeah, you had an opportunity
to done that. I like the fact that you can do something like that.
Yeah.
Perfectly placed to pick up some yellow from miles away. The closest yellow is B.
Chris, actually, I think you moved the wrong rocket.
Oh, I'm sorry. I moved the green ones to the yellow. My apologies.
No worries.
Oh, so you're moving me as well.
Look, I can't mess with you in real life like I'd like to mess. So I've got to do it in the virtual way.
Okay, so my best bet. If I jettison them, they just float off into space. I can't actually pick them up later or anything like that.
Correct. You just
Okay.
return them to the pool.
Right. Okay.
However,
well,
you are in the M location, and you can pick up ore there, and ore is currently worth 3 if you could
Right.
haul it somewhere else.
and if I can get it to C,
Or A.
better. And actually, the movement to C is not too bad. Though actually,
Nope.
no one can get to C at the moment.
You can
So
get to
that-
A or
that
D.
Yeah, I would go to A if I were you.
Yeah. No, it's just that there's a contract down at the bottom. Okay, so I will. So first action, I don't have to pay the action to jettison, or do I? Yes, I do. So I basically, that's a wasted action to do that. Can I just throw them at Chris and hope he chokes on them? Okay,
Just for the record, he's talking about Chris Backy and not me, because I am awesome, and I would
Okay,
never do
I'm
that
also
to you.
awesome.
I would never do that to you.
I've now managed to put the black cube into my hand. And I'm trying to work. Okay, now it's off. Okay, there's the second black cube. Pull that over. Oh. Okay, so now I've got 2 black cubes.
And everybody's
that's the
aim now
second
is to
action.
make all of the people that want black cubes to flip.
Yeah, and then 1. That's my move, isn't it? 2. I've only got 2 rockets.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm now there. Okay, that's me.
All right. I am at F. What do I want? Oh, I was looking for the card that was supposed to be in my hand. There it is. It's off the table somewhere. All right. My plan here is going to be with my 3 engines. I am going to move to D across J, and I will collect 2. I will pick up 2 yellow cubes for my second action. And my third, what is in the market?
A lot of expensive stuff right now.
Yeah. With my 3, I'm going to move across J, across the shipyard over here to 8. And that's my 3 actions.
I am going to get this.
Oh, sorry. I may have missed that. To upgrade, you need to be at the shipyard. However, contracts can be taken anywhere.
Ah, that matters.
That mattered.
Shipyard being the center square.
Correct.
Right.
It also makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so K, I've just noticed that the tiles aren't completely symmetric. We've got K sort of out on a limb. Is that just one of them is always out on a limb like that?
Yeah, that's intentional. I have the space station, the shipyard at the center, surrounded with 1 extra on all edges, and then 1 remaining that's just out on an edge. So it represents a planetary system. So some things are further out than others, and the relative distance between locations sort of simulates those planetary locations being in motion. So relative distance to each other. As an advanced setup, you can arrange those tiles in other ways. So you could create some giant L-shaped looking orientation by taking all of the tiles on the left side of the board and stacking them out there around K. But this is the standard setup.
That's me.
Yellow.
Okay. Well, I have an empty cargo hold and a need to collect some money. So, only place I can think of to go right now. So I collect the solid cube. No, I collect the cube with a little white inside.
No, the solid is what is available to pick up.
Okay.
open cube is what they want.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to move 1 to come here, and then collect some black cubes. And now I'd like to find the nearest place to sell these, which unfortunately... Oh wait, I can come. I can't do it on this turn because it's 3 stars to come here,
Yeah.
and I only have 2 stars.
So you'd
So
never be able to go across that stretch of space until you get another engine.
in that case, I'll move back here, and I can come up north the next time around. No, wait. I'll have to find another way to come around there. Okay. Okay, all good. Green.
I'm off to A. So I can move to A. I've got 2 black cubes, which I will sell for 6 total. Am I right?
Yep,
That is
3
correct.
each.
Okay, so I take a 5.
I'll get you
And
cubes
that's-
again.
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
got your cube.
I'm a bit okay. So that's 2 actions. So if I want to upgrade my ship, I have to go. No,
You have to
Yeah.
be at the station in the middle.
I have to be at the space station. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is look at the contracts. Are all the color combinations so so is it blue, red, or yellow, black, or green, blue? Is that consistent, or are different planets
No,
different?
they cascade through.
Right.
So it would be possible for a player to memorize all of the locations and all of the configurations. However, I have not found anyone who has been able to do that.
I wasn't
So-
suggesting anyone was going to.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to take 2 cubes to go and do that contract to see, but actually, no one can actually get there at the moment. D isn't that attractive. I need 1 yellow. But at least I could get there. But contracts just give you points. They don't actually give you money. So
Well,
I
if you're
can't-
selling the thing,
Sorry.
when you're
What were you saying?
delivering the goods will provide you money based
Yeah.
on what the board shows. And as part of that deliver action, after you've delivered those cubes, if it qualifies for that contract, you can play that
Yeah,
contract.
no, I
as
understand
part
that,
of the
but ultimately, the benefit of contracts is points. It
Correct.
doesn't actually help your economy in any way, or help you sort of ramp it up so that you can build better spaceships at any point.
Right.
well,
You have to
well,
manage
you do
collecting for upgrade at the same time as looking at your victory point accumulation.
Okay, so as I can pick up green, it's no point. I'm just going to go to the space station then and stop there.
All right. That was 3.
Yeah.
All right. I currently have yellow loaded. I am currently at H. And I will deliver those 2 yellow cubes to H. Yellow is currently worth 1, 2 each. So I gain 4. I will put 1 back.
And that is my 3 actions.
So, Chris, I'd like to thank you
Oh.
for having my earnings there. I was all set. I was all set to accept that and like to take some more. I'm going to move here for 1. I'm going to sell 3 yellows for 1 each. Thank you so much for having my earnings there. I will, however, complete a contract. That one right there. Sorry, I'll just move the yellows back over to where they belong. And collect 3 money. So, fulfilling a contract, is that a separate action from delivering?
Part of the delivery.
Part of the delivery, thank you. So I have 2 now. And I will pick up some black from the same space. So
And I'm
1.
guessing that there is deliberately only a certain amount of cubes, so that once they're used, they're gone.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on that with the cube count. And 8 seems to be a nice sweet spot to prevent just massive hoarding of cubes.
Are you done, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm having that great big red cargo hold.
Mm. Yeah, I was eyeing that and thinking, oh goodness, someone's going to grab that and just run away
Well,
with it.
it seems ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
Because it's only cost me 1 coin more than a double white.
Yeah, the 7. I paid the 7 for the ability to take the action of 2 contracts. So, I think I'd much rather have the one that you just drew. All things considered.
So
Okay.
the card that just turned over, everybody take a moment and look at the action on that upgrade.
Flip or rotate a location, discard this card. Wow.
That can help in chaining contracts together.
Okay. So I've taken something. I've flown to J. And I'm going to take 5 black cubes. Oh.
You can't.
Yeah.
So hang on.
We're all very carefully hoarding the black cubes, you see.
Right. Okay.
Bryan's got 4 and
I
I've
might
got
not go
3.
to J then. Okay. So let's have a look.
Stick to the red game. You're better at the red game. We got this black
Yeah,
game.
but there's only
all
one
sewn up
place to
here.
pick up reds.
Yeah.
And Chris just sabotaged that.
2. I could get. Oh no, I can't get to K, can I? I need another rocket.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, you're not.
No.
All right, up yours. I'm going to have a jump drive, work out what change I get, and I'm going to go straight there and use it.
Why,
Boom.
thank you. Up yours in my culture is a compliment.
Okay, so,
So-
hang on. So that
On my
cost
planet,
me.
it means good fortune.
That cost me another 7. So I've
So
used
you-
it. So presumably you just discard it.
Yeah. So So you purchase the jump drive.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
Yeah.
brings you up. Hold on. Which brings you up to 4 rockets or 4 engines, which would
Right.
allow you to get there in 2 turns.
Oh, you mean without using it?
If you get there, you have to discard it, and you would be stuck there with 3 engines.
Because you would need 4. Yeah.
That would be hilarious. But I could imagine someone doing it. I think you have to make allowances for people who are idiots. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
there is definitely some soft locking issue set of
Okay,
potential
1.
here.
Okay. So in that case, I fly to B. Yeah, we'll do that then.
That's my favorite kind of blocking.
So did you take the jump drive then?
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
took the jump drive.
Oh, all right. Here, I'll move it down for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't see that it was a rocket as well, but yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got to. The fact that someone could position, end up doing that, jump somewhere and realize they can't get home, you'd have to.
So I had an edge case rule in there that if you get stuck somewhere, you can choose to discard a number of upgrades and return to the space station. Basically, you've had to call the rescue service to come get you.
Yeah.
But I
The
don't know that
23rd
that
space
edge case,
equivalent of a tow truck.
yeah, I don't know that edge case rule is currently in the rules document again. I've gone through a bunch of iterations, so I'd have to check that. But
Yeah.
I think that case has come up literally like 1% of the time because
Of course, it's the
something
sort of
you
thing
can
that.
definitely see coming.
Yeah.
All right, Ian, that was your third.
Yep.
All right.
So I bought something.
Yeah.
In fact, I bought 2 things, didn't I? And then I flew.
Yeah. So with my 4 engines, it's going to take me 2 moves to get from across L over here to C. So with my third action, I am going to deliver these
4
lovely
blacks.
black cubes. If I can click them all. And that
The
would be
money in itself isn't actually worth anything.
the most
Well,
money at the end of the game is one additional victory
1
point.
point. Yeah.
but fulfilling the contracts is going to score you 1, 2, or
Yeah.
3.
Right. So black is currently worth 1, 2, 3 each. That was 4, so that's a total of 12.
Nice.
So that was 1, 2, 3, and as part of that delivery, I am going to complete this C contract and flip C over, and I would like to get out of here a little easier. So there is my 3. Red.
Okay.
All right.
As I come
Now,
to the beginning of my
before we
turn.
move any further, I wanted to do a quick victory point count on this. So because red has been able to complete all 3 of the blue contracts, those are worth 1, 2, and 3, so that's 6. The all 3 together is a total of 8 points, so red is at 8. Yellow is currently at 5 because of the set bonus. Blue is currently at 7, and
Contracts aren't that important.
and green is also ran.
What's the points we're aiming for?
15.
15.
15. So it's my
Going
go.
for the late game. Turn.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I am having a good think. Okay, I know what I'm going to do.
Oh, the second jump drive came out.
That's me.
Okay. Let's take a look at this. Another cargo pod. Okay, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 over to A. And I'm going to sell some of these lovely black beauties. 1, 2, 3. What's this worth now? It's only thanks to you moving
each.
C down. It's so 3 3.
6 altogether.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so that's 2. Honestly, I'm looking at that.
They are worth 2 each.
Yeah, I had
Yep.
I sold
Oh,
I
yeah.
sold 3 of them and I collected
Yep.
6. So I'm going to move third action. I'll move here, and I will collect. Actually, no, I'm not going to collect anything for right now. Okay, that's my turn. Green.
Okay, I'll do the same as I did a while ago. This time I'm going to load up with 3 red cubes and then fly back to B. I get 3 reds.
Where'd you go, K?
I went to K, picked up 3 reds and flew back.
And is that your turn again?
Sorry, that's done. That's my 3
right.
actions, isn't it?
I'm really not liking the contracts that are out there, so I'm going to reset that market.
No!
Hopefully, I can get something that will match one of the contracts I have for a little bonus. Let's see what we get. What do we have? Oh, look at that lovely C contract. What does C want now? Oh, C wants green. How wonderful. I will take the C contract as my second action. And oof, red is not an option. I will take the G contract as my third action. Red. Oh, it was a pair and red.
Okay, I will
Don't
deliver
know,
this
mate.
one black. And I will get 1, 2, 3 for that black. And then I will forego any. I don't think cubes don't get you anything at the end of the game, do they?
Nope.
I'll just. Yep, that's me. 15 points. Everybody gets one more go.
Along with this lovely C contract over here.
Nice.
And that is my third action, and that is game. So Chris,
Okay.
so let's look at the victory point cards here first. So the Ian, actually on his turn, would have received the first ship upgrade card.
And I'm pretty sure I've got the most money, haven't I?
Who has most money?
do.
You have 44.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you get most money. And whoop, not flip, rotate.
Most completed contracts looks like
The
it's
most
going to be
completed contract
Ian?
is
A draw.
Well, there's
Correct.
2 of you.
actually, yeah. How many do you have? I have 6, and you have 6. So no one gets it if it's
Oh,
tied. So, yep, no one gets it if it is tied. So end points. Chris, you have 15. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ian has 7, and Chris has 4, 5, 6.
The things I wanted to be able to do but were frustrated by, and make of that what you do. That last move where I messed up and ended up with 2 identical contracts and the stuff to be able to do it and being able to sell everything in one go, but because of the vagaries of the planetary system means they wouldn't take. They want 3, but they'll only take 2 of them from me at a time in terms of the contract. That felt a frustration because that's the sort of big move you want to be able to pull off.
Which I did.
And I know you did it, Chris, but you did it the other way by having 2, cubes of 2 different colors. Which obviously, I could have set myself up for that if I'd remembered that was the way it was going to work. But
so would that planning be assisted by having the additional color information for the
Yes.
flip side
oh yes.
available?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
I was this
absolutely
is,
it would.
before. I don't want to be the guy that says, "Oh, before he said it, I already thought about it." But it was about the same time when Ian said about the not being able to do it. I was thinking about the having a shaded out box behind the one you had already, showing what was on the other side of the tile. But then you said you already had that idea, so that's probably your way forward, to have that sort of ghosted out slightly box beside it, just to show what you get if you flip it over.
I've gone back and
And
forth
how often-
with the deterministic versus luck element on this. I mean, I definitely wanted to lean heavily deterministic, but if it's fully deterministic, it's either chess or it's boring.
Well,
so
the other
But
thing
it-
to consider here is that you don't want to give the experienced player or someone that has just a great memory all the
Sure.
advantages there. Just make the information more perfect. It's still going to be luck as to what other players. Well, it's not really luck. It's more player interaction. What other players are doing at that particular moment. Just put all the
Somebody
information
can
out
still
there.
flip it on you, yeah. So somebody else can still go and flip it on you when you need it, stopping you from going and delivering. It's having the information there. Chris is right. If somebody's played it before, they're going to know what some of the planets flip over to, so that makes it unfair for new players coming in.
Mhm.
I think
Oh,
you knew,
good stuff.
Bryon, you knew that when I flipped F, it was going to give me red cubes, didn't you?
Because I had seen the L contract come out, and I had seen
okay.
that, and I was sort of looking ahead. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Because I as I say, you might not remember all the tiles, but you might remember enough of them to give you a significant advantage.
Right, and I think making that perfect information available, as we talked about, I think it's gonna do 2 things. One, there, it's going to allow you to plan more on your turn, but it's also going to allow the other players to see what's coming up and allow them to potentially make a move to hinder or limit another player. So
Yeah.
once again,
It's
yeah,
also
better
the
planning.
fact that it's also that you can capitalize on their move. So if I know that Chris is about to deliver to F and he's about to deliver, he's got a load of black cubes. F is the one he's closest to, and I happen to have whatever it is that F's going to want next. I can set myself up to take advantage of that, and that's a good
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
Chris may
it goes
then make
offensive and defensively.
Chris may not do that because he can see what I'm doing, but again, that it creates that additional level of interaction there.
Exactly.
But I do think
you
that
want-
if I do sort of think that if I can, it's a minor point, but if I have two contracts that are both worded the same way for the same planet for the same colors, I should be able to fulfill them as a single action rather than having to deliver one and then. So those 2Ds, if I happen to have 5 black cubes, it feels like I should be able to deliver 5 without them flipping. I've got 44 coins. What do I do with them? I've maxed out on my on my ship. I've got 1 point for being the first person to to get 4 upgrades on their ship. That felt really low.
So I can one comment I had on a play test a few days back was specifically about that money ramp, and as it plays through the progression of it, right now, yeah, it falls off on an end. So I was looking at changing it away from that one victory point at the end to be victory points based on some point thresholds for money. Say 1 victory point every 25 coins or something like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that would work better. I mean, for having that much money,
Yeah.
I mean, the only way you use the money at the moment is to buy upgrades. Unless
Right.
you really add something else into the game that makes money more valuable, it doesn't really matter beyond, what you're buying on upgrades. Which is why all of us, you can tell as well, because all of us have quite a substantial amount of money that we probably wouldn't be using.
Yeah, I think about 2/3 of the way through the game, I stopped trying to focus as much on collecting stuff just for the money, and then like trying to slowly get the contracts that I needed. I think I realized that too late, and didn't really focus on the contracts as much as I should have, which is probably why I came in last.
I just think there's probably there's other ways. There should probably other ways of using it rather than.
All right. So I had one last comment on this is because of everybody's enforced isolation and playing more solo games myself, I went back and looked at some solo rules for this. So the solo rules that I have for it right now, I have a separate setup on Tabletop Simulator on Tabletopia that's available. I can make that available to people. The play of that as one player, you have 10 turns. So I've taken 2 of each of the colored cubes and made a countdown timer. So you have 30 actions to get as many points as possible. And with the markets, there's a little bit of a shuffle on that, where if the same 3 cards are there at the end of a turn, some fall off and it gets reset. So there's a little bit of action on that. And I'm feeling that that's pretty tight right now with those 30 actions. And it's pretty enjoyable. My favorite isn't always to beat your high score, but it seems like it's working out fairly well. So that is available.
Okay.
Nice. If we can get links, I don't know how links work in this to games on Tabletopia, but if we can get a link, we can stick that in with the video, and then anybody that watches this can go and try the one player.
Yep, we'll set that up.
Idea.
Cool. So yes, thank you very much, Bryon, for coming and showing us your game today. And we'll leave it there.